What's up, guys? And thank you for tuning in with the Cat Llama. Got another spicy war for you. Final one of the season. Oh, it's finally done. But, anyways, here we go. Chose Cap, Warlock, Doom for this war. You know, it was a pretty good choice, pretty chill. Finally got to throw in that Petrify for Cap. And I did finally get that little rematch with Sasquatch and I-Bomb. Stay tuned for that one. But pretty straightforward fight here with the Spawn, or I guess should call him Symbiote Supreme for all you guys that don't really know. And well, he's down. That wasn't so hard. I mean, there's been harder matchups. Here we got the usual Hitmonkey. Man, I see this guy maybe once every war, once every other war. It's just touch and go with Doom. I like Doom though for the ebb flow knockdown because that shock, boom, just knocks him down. You get that instant fury. Very easy. Only thing you gotta really worry about is when you knock him down, those two charges or buffs that Hitmonkey gets. You know, he can shrug off the next debuff just like that, and then he can also evade with the other one. So a lot of this is just kind of maintaining that you don't trigger that evade while you're still hitting him, and because then he'll go full skill Corvus mode on you, crit, and you might just die. But anyway, it's got an L3 here. I like to power drain him after the L3 just because, you know, I don't like having to deal with that L2. As you can see right there, boom, no L2. Don't have to worry about it. One of his senses also makes his L1 go unblockable, so you gotta evade it. No problems for me though. Next we got this Mole Man, and man, he is just nasty if you don't have that pre-fight on him. So I really like playing with it. Basically, any hero or metal gives you that passive stun, so he doesn't shrug it off at all. I decided to bring in Cap because, you know, Cap gets the job done, and I don't use him that often, so thought I'd kind of give him a little more spotlight. And you gotta love that block proficiency. I mean, with the adrenaline rush, might just be 30%, but it really makes a difference in these war matches. And I mean, my defenders or my offenders are mainly defensive, hashtag, and so I always have that kind of safety net. And well, pretty straightforward fight. I mean, the main thing I want to do with Cap is heavy parry repeat. I mean, what else you gonna do? You're just a cat in these woods. Can't do much else, right? I also sigged him up for this war just because he was getting a little more spotlight. He's sig 80 now. You know, it's still just 60% to trigger a debuff, but it makes a huge difference, 50 to 60%. You got those kabam stonks telling you their statistics like, oh, well, you know, 50% becomes 10% for you. And then in other wars, 50% is like 100 times 20 for the offender, or for the defender. It's like, come on, man, it's ridiculous. Here we have a fight that I take literally every war. Not complaining, because very straightforward. Touch and go with Doom. Passive stun, he doesn't shrug it off. Just slowly chip away at his rock charges. You know, that prowess gets pretty nasty after a while, but you know, when you finesse him with those evades, no problem. I don't like the pre-fight that much for the spacing though. As you can see, some of my first light attacks whiff, but it's really not a problem. You just gotta maintain that you don't like screw up. And you know, there's always that off chance that he gains a crazy amount of prowesses and you're not maintaining it, and then next thing you know, you miss an L1. I mean, it's possible you'll die, possible you won't. I mean, why risk it, right? I like to risk it for the biscuit because, you know, cats have 9 lives, got nothing to worry about. And here we got that passive stun. Best combo for Doom on that, MLM and then LMLM. Don't have to worry about the stun, get the most power back. Did manage to squeeze in that unblockable L2 with the Fury. Great stuff. I didn't even check his SIG level, but seems like those Incinerates still triggered with those rock charges, so good for me, right? He didn't shrug any of them off. That's just the Kabam Stonks running in my favor this time around. What are you gonna do, right? I mean, if you see I already got 11 indestructible charges, 12, I really have nothing to worry about in this fight. Unless I just blow it brutally, which has happened before. You're gonna see the Killmonger fight coming up. I don't know, I want to say it's a brain fart, but thanks to my man Cradle, he well, his name's actually Cradle Man. It's kind of funny, man Cradle Man. Anyways, he kind of knocked him down a little bit with his CGR, but yeah, you're gonna see how you kind of beat up a little bit on this fight, but ultimately it's not that bad. You just gotta make sure not to follow what I do if you do end up taking Doom for this. A lot of the other people in the other alliance, they didn't really worry about this war, so as you can see, they have placed with suicides. Oh, got smacked around. That's okay. Doom likes it sometimes, right? And another one. At this point, you're probably thinking, man, he's stuck on the wall. Got that reverb on. He's got that unstoppable protection from his L1. What is the cat gonna do? Have no fear. Just play it slow. Nice and easy. He's gonna go down. Nothing to worry about. You got that Doom power drain. Literally nothing to worry about. And you know, he's not armor broken. Mr. F is great for that. He's actually fantastic for that. But he's down. Nothing to worry about, right? And here's the rematch. I mean, they might have swapped the node out. It might not be a fat brother. You know, shout out to that guy and his pretty interesting name, you know. I'm sure he has a fat brother somewhere, right? But, or maybe he's the fat brother, you know, I don't judge. But, man, this Sasquatch, you know, round 2, he might still be ranked 3, but he's just SIG 20. You know, the chance to trigger that regen is just minuscule compared to that other guy. Man, fat brother, SIG 200, God. Didn't have any nightmares, but apparently my other alliance mate, Charmander, Char, however you want to call it, shout out to him, had some nightmares, you know. I apologize, you know, I mean, the cat takes on some pretty interesting fights, pretty good content in my opinion, and you know, he likes to get smacked around just to get you guys on your toes, as you can see. Didn't want 2 ruptures though. If you saw my last video, 1 rupture healed me up. Now I'm just losing health. What is Cap gonna do? I mean, don't get me wrong. He's still gonna be a good punching bag for a while, but this is also stubborn instead of protect, so you don't have to worry about his L2s triggering that crazy protect. And here he goes with his regeneration. Still pretty crazy, but you know, first bleed's mitigated a little bit. Kind of got to dance around. Got 6 indestructible charges. Nothing to worry about there. Just got to slowly pitch it in. Bear in mind though, I did not put on a science power boost this time around. I'm guessing I got a little cocky with, you know, his low sig level. But you're gonna see very quickly. See how he only has 2? In the other fight, Fat Brother, man, he had 3 all the time. Ugh, ridiculous. And the recoil, and that L2 bomb, boom. It didn't crit, but it was still enough to knock him down. Oh, and another magical fight that I just love to take. Got this I-bomb, but you know, they placed with suicides. Didn't have to worry about it. Warlock was, you know, he stole the show on this one. Told my ally mates, they already know too, you know. Anytime we get a Warlock, or anytime we get an I-bomb here, you know, Ghost might be the answer, but the cat likes to get his hands dirty, do some interesting fights that maybe aren't the best, but what are you gonna do? This time around, I was being very conservative. I did not want to get slammed by that L1, so I was just making sure I held that block. You know, that willpower. Look at how it's draining his power meter. You know, he still has that stubborn triggering, but because I'm relying more on those parries and stuns, I don't have much to worry about. You know, taking that conservative approach, just kind of dealing a few L1s, L2s here and there. No tech power boost on this one either, you know. This war was a victory from the start. No offense to the other people, but placed with suicides. But, you know, you just got to dance around with him a little bit. I do get that L2 on there. Managed to evade most of it, though. Nothing to worry about. You know, the way I see it, if your health bar is higher than his through most of the fight, you know, you're doing a good thing. If something happens and your health bar is really low at the very beginning or something and you get smacked around, you know, you can still recover, but obviously you don't want that to happen. And he's down. I-bomb, Sasquatch. You're nothing, man. You got a little screenshot, a little view of my little home buttons. I like to keep Do Not Disturb on nowadays because cat's a little popular. I apologize. But here we go. Mastro, Joker. Got the Void placement. You know, I was told early on Doom is really well for that fight, regardless of class disadvantage. I mean, you'll see here why. You know, his masterful power control, and then mixed in with, you know, all those passive stuns and just everything in his kit. There are a few slip-ups here and there, trying to, you know, control his power as well as those debuffs that trigger. Because, you know, it's every 10 combo meter that you want to make sure that you don't get those debuffs. And I try to make sure to sneak in a little intercept before that L3, because as you can see, really slams him. I mean, just 20% health, but good enough for me, right? See, there's my slip up right there. Still trigger that debuff, but you know, Doom gets the job done, and it's off. Meter's still going, about to trigger another debuff. Still need 9 more hits. Slowly getting to it. Still triggers. Man, look at that damage, 760 a tick. Oof. I mean, some of these fights are just annoying because you end up taking debuff damage as opposed to anything else. Like, you can die literally from not even hitting him and whatever. But you're gonna see he's almost down, but I pull a bit of a dummy here. You'll see what I mean. It's it doesn't even matter, but look at that. The shock expired right as I was trying to hit him. Oh my gosh. But just one L3 and he's gonna be down. If that had happened when he was still like 50% health, probably would have been in trouble. Here we got that final fight. It's gonna be a Emma Frost on Rage. Pretty straightforward. You just gotta make sure not to trigger too many nullifies. Push her to L3. I did take a different approach on this though. Y'all gotta watch, guys. You know, before I usually just did L1s, you know, control the battle, whatnot. But this time around I tried to sneak in a few L2s. But I tried to find that little rhythm where her power bar was below 1. Because what happens is, if her power is higher than yours, when she triggers a power threshold, she's going to basically stop her diamond form. That's good for you, because as you'll see, diamond form's off. Boom. Because of Rage, she won't ever trigger the diamond form again from her Sig ability. You get those incinerates in, you know, goes through the Rage. And you don't have to worry too much about too many Fury buffs triggering from that L2 because, you know, it's just 2 or 3 hits. You know, you're going to get 2 or 3 Furies max. You just got to nullify them, rinse and repeat. About to set myself up for another one. I mean, she just loves to set me up. Just look at this. Almost a power bar threshold. I just got to land an L2. L1 triggered. Boom. Incinerates. She's melting. Melting. Emma Frost like the ice cube. You know. Once again, just a lot of rinse and repeat at this point. Gotta make sure, you know, not to let any of those special attacks swipe you. Gonna do it again. Right before that power bar, boom. Incinerate. Triggered the Fury, but it doesn't matter. She's literally almost dead. It's nice too because when you use that L2, you lose power. Helps you in the long run, right? Well, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Chilling with the cat llama. Hope y'all's season was good. Enjoy the next one. We'll see what Kabam brings at us next time. Cat out.